You ever drive by one of those top-tier courses in early spring and wonder how in the world they look so perfect weeks before anyone else? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's not luck, it's a battle plan. And today, we're cracking open the playbook of a guy who's been winning that battle for 30 years. Let's get into it. Right off the bat, you need to understand this isn't some theory from a textbook. This is pure, hard-won wisdom from 3 decades with his hands in the dirt. It's the foundation for everything we're about to talk about, the kind of know-how that teaches you not just what to do, but exactly why it works. And this quote, this sets the stakes. I mean, think about it. People lose their jobs waiting for the weather to turn. For the guys who really know their stuff, March isn't about waiting around. No, it's the war room. It's where you map out the entire season. The game is won or lost right now, long before a single golfer ever steps foot on the course.
So, okay. How do you win that war? Well, the very first non-negotiable habit is all about how you wake the plant up. And you got to do it smartly. This is a really delicate process, and if you mess it up, you could be paying for it for months.
Here's where a lot of people go wrong. The old school method was to just dump a ton of heavy nitrogen on the turf and, hope for a quick green up. The problem with that, you get this weak, flashy growth. Sure, it looks green, but it's fragile and basically a neon sign for every disease out there. The new way, the smart way, is strategic. We're talking about feeding the plant at the cellular level to build real, tough strength from the inside out.
So how is that even possible? Feeding the cells directly? Well, the key is this incredible technology called nanosilica. Think of it like this. Your normal fertilizer particle is like a boulder. A sleepy plant in cold soil just can't absorb it. But nanosilica, it shrinks those nutrients down to microscopic size so they can slip right into the plant cells, completely bypassing that cold, sluggish root system. It is, no joke, a total game changer.
And this right here is where the skeptics just don't get it. They see a product with only 1% nitrogen and they just laugh. But they're missing the absolute genius of it. Because of that nano delivery system, that 1% is crazy efficient. It's not about brute force, you see. It's about precision. Why use a sledgehammer when you've got the key? Okay, so the plant is waking up nice and efficient. But just being awake doesn't mean it's safe. It's still vulnerable. So let's get to the next phase, fortifying it from within, turning that turf into a resilient, self-defending fortress. The strategy here is a classic 1-2 punch. First, you beef up the plant's own immune system so it can fight off diseases all by itself. And second, you wake up all that good, beneficial life in the soil, creating a healthy ecosystem that just works. You're covering the plant up top and the world down below. So, what are we really fighting against? It's that roller coaster spring weather, right? Warm one day, freezing the next. Those conditions are a perfect breeding ground for nasty stuff like pythium and snow mold. By fortifying the plant ahead of time, the turf is already armed and ready for battle before the enemy even shows up on the battlefield. Now, this idea is absolutely crucial. Instead of just dumping more granular fertilizer that's just going to sit there useless in cold soil, the smart play is to use what the pros call spark plugs. We're talking about tiny amounts of micronutrients that kickstart the microbial life that's already in the soil. It unlocks all the food that's been sitting there locked up all winter. It's like trying to start a car that's been sitting in the cold versus one that's already idling and ready to go. All right, all this science, all this product strategy, it's all fantastic. But it is 100% worthless without the most important habit of them all. It's time to talk about getting your boots on the ground. I absolutely love this quote. It is the heart of the whole matter. Technology is a tool, for sure, but it is never a replacement for your own eyes, your own gut feeling. You have to be out there feeling the turf, seeing the tiny little changes, and really understanding the unique personality of your course every single day. And look, this isn't just some casual stroll. It's a mission. It's a systematic inspection. You're on patrol. You're checking the drainage. You're keeping a close eye on those south-facing slopes that always warm up first. And you're hunting for those little hot spots where the frost is leaving the ground early. You pair that with modern tools like moisture and temperature probes, and suddenly you can see what's coming and get way ahead of problems before they ever start. So, after all this hard work, all this proactive thinking, what's the payoff? What does it actually look like when you put these habits into practice? Let's talk about the results. Let's talk about winning the spring game. Here it is, the bottom line. On one side, you've got lean, mean, fast, and resilient greens, and lower chemical costs. On the other side, you've got what our veteran calls lush, lazy grass that can't handle any stress and a budget that just got torched for $50,000 in fungicides. I mean, the choice seems pretty clear, doesn't it? Not just for the course, but for your wallet and the environment too.
And that brings us to maybe the single most important takeaway from this whole thing. Being proactive isn't about reacting to problems. It's about creating the conditions you want before you can even see them. Like the man says, if you're waiting to see that perfect green, you're already 2 weeks behind the game.
And that really leaves us with just one final question to think about. Yeah, it's about a golf course, but it could be about anything, couldn't it? So, is your strategy proactive? Are you setting the stage for success way in advance, or are you already behind?